So yesterday till now, so we discussed about the data types. So we discussed why JavaScript. Yesterday only we started JavaScript. So yesterday we discussed about the why JavaScript, what is JavaScript, what are the different type of variables in JavaScript. So again I am repeating the JavaScript variable. Okay, so JavaScript variables. So basically why we are using JavaScript variables to store the data. Not only JavaScript variables in any technology. So variables are to store the data. Either it is a string, either it is a number, either it is a array. So we can create a variable for creating for storing the data, right? So a variable can created by var keyword. Okay, this is the initial one. Okay, so initially, so they are introduced the var keyword. Like, so whenever we are in Java, whenever we are creating a variable, when we create a string, so we can use this string keyword. When we create a integer, we can use the int keyword. So same thing here. So while creating a variable, any variable, it is irrespective of number, irrespective of string, irrespective of float, irrespective of array, anything. So they can use the var keyword. Whereas the assignment operator is used to store a value in a variable. So how? So here is the example. So var and variable name, var and variable name. So then value. So this value we are assigning to this variable name. Okay, now whenever you want that value, so yes, you can call that variable name, then you will get automatically that value. Okay, so that is the variable. So variable names in JavaScript are case sensitive. It means so for suppose if you are creating a variable like this, if you are creating variable, yeah, here it is. So for suppose here var x equal to 20, so then again whenever you are calling capital X, it is, so it's showing an error
Yes.
because of JavaScript variables are case sensitive. Okay, 3.html, right? You see now. So
This
capital
is
X
not.
is not defined, right? So this variable is not defined. So undefined variable we are calling, so that's why it is showing. So it is not capital X, it is a small x. So that's why. So JavaScript variables are case sensitive. Okay. So then now so you can see yes. All right. So this is the process. So the next one is rules for creating the JavaScript variables. So all the JavaScript variables must be given a unique name. Okay, so we have to, so we cannot redeclare or we cannot use the same variable name. Okay, so we have to give the unique name. Okay, if you won't give the unique name, so we didn't get the proper result. So that's why we are giving the unique name. All the variable names should only starts with the letter, alphabet letter, or underscore, or
Underscore
dollar sign.
dollar.
Any of the three things we can start with the variable. We cannot start with the numeric value. Variable name cannot start first letter only. First letter cannot start with numeric. Okay, we have to use the either alphabet letters or underscore or dollar sign. Okay, so otherwise, so you can define like A1, A2, A3 like that. We can define it. It's not a problem. But we cannot create 1A, 1B, 1C like that. So we cannot create. Okay, it cannot start with the numeric value. Okay, so for suppose if you want to combine the two words, so you have to give the either underscore or hyphen. Okay, you cannot, when you define a variable with two words, so you cannot give the space in between words. Okay, so these four rules we have to follow while creating the variable. So not only this JavaScript, so for all the technologies, same thing we are having. Okay. So the next one is so creating a JavaScript variable, same thing. So then local variables and global variables. Next thing is local variables and global variables. So when we define a variable within a function, like here. So when you define a variable, so within a function, where is this? Where we created here. Yes. So first suppose, so where x equal to 20, here we are creating. Okay. Now I am commenting the global variable within the function. This is called the local variable. Within the function you can create any variables. That variables are called local variables. So this variable we cannot access from outside. See now, so here within the function only we are printing this variable, and also I am calling outside the function. Now if you can see, x is not defined in line number 70. Okay, that means so we are not created the x value as a global x variable as a global. We are created as a local variable. So that variable works within my function only. Okay, so within this function only this value works. That is called the local variables. So global variable means we have to define global outside the function, so then we can call it. So then we can call it. So that type of variables are called the global variables. Global variables, so it will work entire applications. We can call wherever you want. Okay, so that is the global variable. Now there is no error. Okay, so that is the local and global variables. So next thing is, so in the initial, so we said var keyword. When we define a keyword, when you define a variable with var keyword. Now, after ES6 release, so we are having the another two new keywords. So that is let and constant. JavaScript introduced the two new keywords let and constant for declaring the variable. The constant keyword exactly same as let. Okay, except that variable declaration using the constant cannot be reassigned. So basically here we are having the three type of keywords. One is var keyword. What will happen? So we can reassign, we can redeclare. So first suppose if we can see it here, so var x, here I am defining another again I am declaring the var x equal to 100. Okay, so that means, so again I am redeclaring the variable, and again I am reassigning the variable. Okay, so again I am redeclare means again I am using the var keyword. Okay, so then I am changing that value from 10 to 100. So that means reassign the value. Here assign the first time I declared x equal to 10. So then again I redeclared var x equal to and reassign the value, changed the value. So that is possible with var keyword. Okay, so the next one, let keyword and constant keyword both are same, but we cannot reassign the value. We cannot reassign the value for constant. Okay, so then now say let y equal to 20. Again, if I am creating let y, you see, again I am creating let y, then we can see when I run this file 4.html. See, y already has been declared, but this x we didn't get that type of error, right? So whenever we are using the let keyword, we cannot redeclare, but we can reassign the value. For let, we can reassign the value. So now you can see we didn't get any error. Okay, y value is 200 now. Okay, so then now coming to constant, so constant z equal to 30. So again, I cannot constant z equal to so 300. So now you can see, so z already has been declared. Okay, then I am removing the keyword. Okay, then now you can see assigned to constant variable. That means, so we are already assigned a value. We are already reassigned, right? We are already assigned the constant value. So we cannot change that value whenever we are using the constant keyword. We cannot redeclare and we cannot change the value. So that is what here it is saying. Assignment to constant variable. That means, so you are creating, we are reassigning the value to the constant. Okay. So then now see, I'm removing this z value again, so then we didn't get any errors. Okay. So here is the things yesterday we discussed, right? So let us understand. Right. So till now, do you have any doubts? So the next one is JavaScript data types. So very important. JavaScript data type. JavaScript data types are used to specify the what type of data it is. So we don't need to specify. Okay, JavaScript data types are used to specify the type of value stored in a variable like either integer or character or array. What type of data it is? Okay, what type of data it is? So then types of data types in JavaScript, there are two types of data types in the JavaScript. So one is primitive data types, second one is non-primitive data types. Primitive data types and non-primitive data types. So coming to primitive data types, JavaScript is a dynamic language, that is, there is no need to specify, there is no need to specify the what type of variable it is. Okay, JavaScript dynamically knows what type of data type it is. We don't need to we don't need to mention what type of data it is. That means, so whenever you are declaring, so is this a number or is this a string? So we cannot define. So in other languages, definitely we have to define in Java or .NET. We have to define what
Like
type of data it is. If it is a string, we have to define string X. If it
yes,
is an integer, we have to define int
ENTJ.
X. So, but coming to JavaScript, we don't need to mention what type of it is. So, JavaScript engine automatically knows if it is if we are giving this one in a quotes. So, this value consider as a string. If you won't have quotations, if you won't give within the quotes, so this one consider as a integer or float, whatever it may be. Okay, either integer or float, both are same. So if you can define like this, so by default in the backend, so this will consider as like this. Okay, this will consider as like this. Okay, clear? So this is in JavaScript, we don't need to mention what type of data it is. Okay, so then dynamically it is used, JavaScript engine automatically knows that one. You just need to use either var keyword or let keyword or constant keyword. So then you can hold any type of values such as the number, strings or boolean. Okay, so we can hold what type of data. Alright, so the next one is primitive data type. So in JavaScript, primitive data types can hold only one value at a time. In JavaScript, primitive data types, so we can hold only one value. So in JavaScript, so we can hold only Yes, in JavaScript, so in primitive data types, so we can hold one variable, we can hold only one value. That type of data types is called the primitive data types. In that primitive data type category, we are getting three type of data types. One is number, second one is string, third one is boolean. Okay, number represents the numeric values. Represents the numeric values. Okay, so basically, whenever we are defining a variable, so we cannot define like this 10 comma 20 comma 30. We cannot define like this. So we can hold only one value in a variable. So that type of data is called the primitive data types. Okay, so then now it is a number. Then if you want to store a string, if you want to store a string where name equal to we can store. So this is one value. This is not three values. This is only one value, but that one value is having three words. Okay, clear? So this is a one value. So string also stores one value. Okay, so the next one is the boolean. Boolean, it represents the either it is true or false. Either it is true or false. So that is also a single number. So what is data primitive data types? So whenever one data type can hold single value, that type of data types is called the primitive data types. So in that primitive data types category, we are getting three data types. One is number and string and boolean. These three data types consider as a primitive data types because of these data types can hold only one value. Okay, so then next one, JavaScript number data type. So then how we can define this one? So small examples only. So then creating new file 5.html. Okay, so then now JavaScript JavaScript primitive data types. So then now, so first one is the number data type. So where x equal to 10 and y equal to 20.00. So both are same, but this value is 10 and this value is 20. Now if you can see now, so while so document that write. So then so x value is x and y value is y. Now if you can execute this one, now you can see 5.html. See, so here we are defining the value 20.00. But when we execute this one, so then we are getting only 20 because of automatically JavaScript engine automatically or removes. If it is a float, if it is a number, if it is float is having leading the zeros, it is automatically leaves. Okay, for suppose, just give me a second. Battery. Yes, JavaScript engine automatically removes the leading zeros. Now, if you are having the 20.50, now it is coming 20.5. You can see. Okay, there is no value after leading zeros. Alright. So we cannot read 20.50. We can read only 20.5. So that is where it is showing. Okay. So this is the JavaScript number data type. Then string data type. String data type. Okay, this one. Yes, here it is. String data type. So then var course 1 equal to HTML. So then var course 2 equal to CSS. Var course 3 equal to, this way we can define this string. This way we can define either single quote or double quote also we can give. Okay. So then document dot write. So then course 1 equal to, so we have to concatenate with string and other data type, we have to concatenate with plus symbol. Okay, we are concatenating two variables, that means we are merging two variables. To merge the two variables we have to give the plus symbol. Okay, that means string concatenation means two strings we are merging, two variables we are merging. Okay, so then course 1, right? So for line break I am giving the br. So then same thing, same thing. Course 2 and 3 also I am course 2 and course 3 and 2. See now, course 1 equal to HTML, course 2 equal to CSS, course 3 equal to JavaScript. Okay, so this is the way we can define the strings. This is the way we can define the strings. Either we can define with double quotes or single quotes. Clear? So the next data type is Boolean data type. Boolean data type, what it is? JavaScript Boolean data type can hold only two values. That means it can hold only one value, but it is showing either true or false. Only these two possibilities in the Boolean data type. Either it is true or false. It is typically used to store the values like true or false, either yes or no. Okay, so that is the Boolean variable. So we can see now. So here we are already having x and y value. So then now if we can see this one, x value is greater than y. So then if we can see x is greater than y. If it is yes, it is giving the s. So x greater than y, right? It is not, right? Alright. So if we can give the less than, so then definitely the x is less than y. It is giving not save. Okay. X value is less than y, then true. Right. Clear. So that is the way. So we are getting. Alright. This is the Boolean data type. Okay. So the next one is, just give me a second. Next one. So after completion of primitive data types, we are having what, another data type, right? So non-primitive data types. So what is non-primitive data types? So if you can hold more than one value, so that data types is called non-primitive data types. Till now we are seeing, so primitive data types, it can hold only one value. Now non-primitive data types, it can hold more than one value. So maybe it is one value or more than one value, one or more than one value. Yes, tell me, Nagendra. Narendra, tell me. So those are the special data types. So those are not comes under the primitive or non-primitive data types. After completion of this non-primitive and non-primitive, then so we can discuss about the special data types. Null and undefined, those both are special data types. Okay. So there is no values. We cannot store any values inside of null and undefined. That's why those two are comes under the special data type. So what we are discussing here, so what is variable? So we have to hold some values. We have to hold either one or more than one value. So that is what we are discussing, right? So if we can store the single value, then that type of data types are called primitive data types. So then more than one value, one or more than one value, so then that type of data types are called the non-primitive data types. Okay, so non-primitive data types is followed as below. One is object, second one is array, third one is regular expression, and fourth one is functions. Okay, so object, it is a instance through which we can access the members. So when we create a one function, so if we want to access all those values through the object, so then it can hold the multiple values. Object can hold the multiple values. Yeah, as usual, if we want to store multiple values, we have to define the arrays only. Okay, so then regular expressions represents the regular expressions also can store the multiple values. So these regular expressions we can use for data validation. Okay, regular expressions we can use the data validation. So the next one, function, it is a combination of block of code. So either we can store one value or multiple values. So in this function, we are having the data type, multiple variables, and also we are having the multiple statements. Okay, so this is also a comes under the non-primitive data type. Clear? So this is also a comes under the non-primitive data type. So the next one, declaring or creating the JavaScript variables. How we can create a JavaScript variable. So those are previously we discussed just examples. So we are having the objects concepts and arrays concept and functions concept. So then we can discuss those examples. So when we start with the objects and the arrays and functions. Okay. So now declaring and are creating a JavaScript variables. How we can. So the object is a complex data type. Object is a complex data type that allows you to store the collection of data. Same. So this one object and arrays both are same. In JavaScript, object and arrays both are same. We are having only the minor difference. Okay. We are having only the minor difference. But the values can be any data type, either string, number, boolean. Okay, what type of data type? So sometimes, so we can access the arrays also, we can access the arrays also, and also we can access the functions also. So that is what, so whenever, so this object data type is a complex data type. It is a collection of data. So in this the object data type, so we can hold the strings, numbers, boolean, and also we can store function also, and also we can store the arrays also. Okay, so we can store the arrays also. See, basically, so whenever you are thinking in JavaScript, everything is an object. In JavaScript, everything is an object only. Okay, so then how it is everything is an object. So then now you can say, taking another new file, 6.html. So JavaScript non primitive primitive data types, non primitive data types. So body. So inside of body, so script, then close script. So first, suppose you are creating var, so name equal to okay. So then live tracks, right? This is one string. String is also an object. So then how you can say? So document dot right. So then name. Okay, so we are printing, we don't know what it is whenever we are seen in the browser. So then now you can see console dot log. See here Teja live tracks, and so this here also Teja live tracks. So then when it is coming, so you can see now, so this will consider as a string data. It is a string data type. Okay, it is a string data type. So it will consider as a internally it will consider as a string. So this way it is internally. It looks like, so that is the way. See now, both are same result. So there is no difference when we define this way and when we define this way name one. So then I'm removing this one. So this is a simple one. Okay. So this one I'm printing in the console.log. Now you can see both are same. Nothing. There is no difference because of, so when we define when we define like this, so by internally it will consider as a string. Because of this is a string is also an object, number is also an object, boolean is also an object. So in JavaScript everything is an object. Okay, so that is what here, that is why they are saying, we are saying, so in the object data type we can hold the values like string, numbers, boolean, complex data types like arrays and functions. Okay, and also it can hold the object also. So why we are saying object? String also an object, number is also an object, boolean is also an object. Okay, so that here it is the way to call the objects. Okay, so the next one is the array data type. An array is a collection of multiple values. If you want to store multiple values, so definitely we have to create an array. Array is used to store the multiple values, but objects and functions we cannot see visibly. It is a collection of multiple data types, either in the functions or object. But here arrays we can able to see the values. We can able to see the multiple values we can store in one variable. Okay, so an array is a collection of multiple values in a single variable. Each value each value has a numeric position. Okay, so each value has a numeric position known as its index. So whenever we are calling, so basically in that array we are having multiple values. If you want to call each and every element, we have to give one reference. Okay, that reference is called indexing or numeric position. Okay, so using index we can call the array values. Okay, so the array index starts from 0. It starts from 0, so that